Leave them now, sir. Don't talk by time. It's 8 o'clock.
Jennifer, I said everything before I went upstairs.
QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kariba Avenue, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Thanks for joining us here at the main news headlines. A trial opened at the High Court in Banjul over the deaths in 2022 of the 72 children from acute kidney injury linked to cough syrups made in India. National Assembly members passed the Commission of Inquiry Amendment Bill 2023, which gave the President power to grant amnesty to persons banned from holding public office. The National Youth Parliament has passed a resolution demanding government takes measures to curb irregular migration and improve employment opportunities in the country. A $22.5 million OIC water project for the Greater Banjul area was signed by the National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, and the OIC Gambia Secretariat. On Friday, motorists used the new flyover at the Coastal Road intersection for the first time after it was temporarily closed while traffic is diverted for a 3-day cleanup operation. Well, those were the main headlines, and now the news in detail. Do stay. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. A trial opened on Tuesday at the High Court in Banjul over the deaths in 2022 of 72 children from acute kidney injury after taking a cough syrup made by Indian-based company Maiden Pharmaceuticals. This story by Babakar Sise is narrated by Adel Dale Campbell.
The 72 children who died after taking over-the-counter medicines were aged 5 and under. 19 families are suing 5 defendants, Maiden Pharmaceuticals, the medical control agencies, the Ministry of Health, and the Attorney General, demanding $15 million per child in damages. The deaths of so many children prompted media scrutiny and numerous debates within and outside the country, including the testing, safety, and importation of products brought into the country. In September of last year, the Gambia ordered a recall of several cough and cold medications, as well as all products manufactured by Maiden Pharmaceuticals. India also launched an investigation and shut down Maiden Pharmaceuticals last October. According to the World Health Organization, lab tests found unacceptable amounts of toxic substances, the syrups, which are commonly used as antifreeze and can be fatal when ingested. The Gambia government also said it was exploring options to take legal actions against the Indian manufacturer. Following investigations in July 2023, a government task force announced its finding that 4 cough syrups imported from India were responsible for the deaths. It was also discovered that there were failings in the regulatory and import checks of the medication, which were not being registered with the medical control agencies. This led to the dismissal of the head of the agency. In July this year, a motion was passed by the state for an adjournment of 90 days to give them time to file their defense. However, none of the 5 defendants were present on Tuesday. Justice Ibrahim Jaita thereby ordered the Attorney General, Minister of Health, and Medicines Control Agency to pay the sum of $10,000 to the 19 plaintiffs. Some of the parents who were at the High Court said they were disappointed that the defendants did not show up. However, they said that they were glad that their lawyers were there to represent them. Justice Ibrahim Jaita of the High Court in Banjul adjourned the proceedings until Tuesday, November 7th. Adel Dele Campbell reporting for QTV News.
National Assembly members passed the Commission of Inquiry Amendment Bill 2023 on Thursday, marking the end of the Parliament's first extraordinary session in the 2023 legislative year. Aliou Cisse was at the National Assembly, and this is his report.
The Commission of Inquiry Amendment Bill 2023 was tabled by the Attorney General and Justice Minister Dauda A. Jallow under a certificate of agency. The Minister for Justice said the bill seeks to amend the Commission of Inquiry to add, among other things, a new provision to define the meanings of minister and white paper under this act, and to give the President power to grant an amnesty to persons banned from holding public office following findings of a Commission of Inquiry, and to provide a criterion for persons entitled to apply for amnesty. Under this act, with the bill having been passed, Minister refers to the Minister of Justice of the Gambia, while white paper refers to the written statement of the President issued in the Gazette accompanying the publication of a report of a Commission of Inquiry, in line with the 1997 Constitution, or a cabinet decision on the findings or recommendations of the report of a commission, published in the Gazette and in the national media. The Act provides that where a Commission of Inquiry submits a report to the government and the government has published a white paper in respect of the report and has in the white paper accepted the recommendation that a person be banned from holding public office, or accepted the recommendation that a person should be dismissed or removed from public office, the minister shall, within 1 week, publish the names of such persons in the Gazette by way of order. A person serving a ban from holding public office following a finding by a Commission of Inquiry issued under this Act may apply in writing to the minister for a commutation of the ban. Upon receiving such an application, the minister can present it to the President within 14 days for consideration, and the President may, upon consultation with his cabinet, commute the whole or any part of the ban. A person serving a ban following a Commission of Inquiry's finding may make an application for amnesty if he or she has not had any adverse findings made against him or her by a subsequent Commission of Inquiry under this Act.
It has been reported that the bill entitled Commission of Inquiry Amendment Bill 2023, having gone through the consideration stage at the Committee of the Whole Assembly with amendments, be read a third time and passed. Those in favor, please say aye. Not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Recently, there has been a reported increase in the number of youths embarking on irregular migration journeys, leading to some loss of lives. As a matter of national concern affecting young people in the Gambia, the National Youth Parliament has passed a resolution demanding government to take measures to curb irregular migration and improve employment opportunities in the Gambia. QTV's Momodou Choi has the rest of that.
The issue of migration is a global phenomenon and part of human nature. However, the choice of migrating to other countries through irregular and deadly routes is costing us the most valuable asset of our country, the young people. A reported increase in the number of young people taking up irregular migration journeys to Europe with significant loss of lives is a matter of concern to the National Youth Parliament. Omar A. Manjang is the National Youth Parliament member for Komba South.
I am putting forward this important motion for honorable members to share their view, to put it to the duty bearers, the importance to intervene, most especially from the side of the government, to check the level of unemployment in order to curb irregular migration.
Most of those involved in irregular migration from Africa to Europe and other parts of the world are nationals of countries with weak economies, such as the Gambia, where nearly half of its youth are neither in employment, education, or training.
We are not going for the irregular migration. We are running away from home. We are running away from poverty. We are running away from unemployment. We are running away from lack of skills. So for the government to show seriousness in ensuring that the youth don't engage in this perilous journey, we have to create opportunities that would make sure that they see home, they see peace, and they see comfort in staying at home.
The Gambia Immigration Department has reported an increase in departures of Gambians embarking in irregular migration. Spain's Canary Islands, which are an entry point to Europe via the Atlantic Ocean, has become a popular destination for many irregular migration from Africa, including the Gambia. As the number of irregular migrants rises, so too the number of deaths. This week, dozens of Gambian youth who set off for irregular migration to Spain reportedly lost their lives at sea. Omar Cham is the Speaker of the National Youth Parliament.
I also want to bring to the House that we've been notified of, it could be the same person, but a public health officer who had taken the journey and had lost his life. May Allah grant him Jannah. What this actually signifies is that this matter of discussion here today is very significant, because even in the middle of our conversation, we are receiving news of the loss of very innocent young Gambians who should have been here with us.
The solution to the push factors of irregular migration in the Gambia requires strategic short-term and long-term measures. A recommendation for a solution to the problem of irregular migration in the country comes from Anchasar, the National Youth Parliament nominated member for persons with disability.
My recommendation would be to keep on encouraging local businessmen here. For example, if a Gambian wants to start a business, give him 5 years tax-free, for example, to encourage other Gambians to come and invest. Once they invest, they could also create job opportunities for people of this nation.
To tackle the unemployment challenges facing our country last year, the government launched a National Employment Policy Action Plan, which targets the creation of 150,000 jobs by 2027. In addition, the government has commenced a National Youth Service Scheme, which, according to President Barrow, is a testament to his government's commitment to enhancing youth development and employment. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
That story by Mahmoud Lamin Choi. We'll now go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we have some more local news stories. Do stay with us.
Cedric and Caroline came in to choose tiles for their brand new kitchen. Brown or beige? Brown. And why not a new mixture tap? A new sink too? Fine, a new sink too. And what about a lighting fixture? Shall we go for this one? See, you're finally on the same page.
I also wanted a new kitchen counter.
We got you, Caroline.
And yes, that's Batimat's Bati Day. Take advantage of exceptional discounts up to 80% on tiles, sanitary, electrical, and lighting. From November 4th to 18th, you will be splurging. Batimat, welcome home.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, a $22.5 million OIC water project for the Greater Banjul area was signed by the National Water and Electricity Company NAWEC and the OIC Gambia Secretariat in partnership with the Saudi Fund for Development. Mumudu Gajaga attended, and he fastened this report.
The implementation of the $22.5 million OIC water project will start immediately and will last for 14 months. The first phase, which is borehole drilling, has already been implemented, according to NAWEC officials. Nani Juara, the managing director of NAWEC, explains.
So the contract that we'll be signing today, I think the total contract price is about $18.6 million US, and that is the component for the civil works. The contract would be between NAWEC with the joint venture of Singospa and a Saudi firm called Sar Antinia. The two companies have partnered to execute this work. It's a requirement by the Saudi Fund for local companies to partner with Saudi firms for this contract. So we are really very excited today, knowing fully that this is going to be a project that is going to help to alleviate the sufferings of our people.
The OIC water project should have been implemented 2 years ago, but faced delays. The chairman of the OIC Secretariat, Yankuba Diba, is cautious about the implementation of the project to avoid further delays.
As you can see, some of our projects are really suffering. The common man doesn't understand. It's not a question of resources. Resources are there, but oftentimes the problems emanate from the relationships between contractors and consultants. Okay? We would like this project to be an exception to that. The funding is available. There is no issue with regards to accessing the funds as long as we are doing the job in a timely manner and doing it with the quality that is required. So I would also implore on all players, all stakeholders, to ensure that we do our best in terms of timely delivery and also in terms of quality of job.
Melanie Robert-Sadie, Chief Operating Officer, Water at NAWEC, says this is a long-awaited project.
We're not saying it's a bulletproof to provide everyone with water, but it will go a long way in improving water supply to some of the areas with the Gambia. We have been looking for this day for a long time. And now that this day has come, I want to take the opportunity to implore not only the contractors, but the staff within NAWEC who will be playing a critical role in ensuring that this project is delivered on time, but more importantly, one that also realizes the benefits that the project was initially conceptualized to provide.
Cherno Gay, Managing Director of Cityscapes Associates, consultant on the project, promised to deliver quality and on time.
We have been engaged to do the design program which we did successfully. And we are hoping that we would be working very closely with the contractors and also the NAWEC team to ensuring that we deliver this project as per the contractual requirements, with specific reference to quality and timely delivery that is occurred.
Water supply to several communities in the Greater Banjul area, including Bundung and Brusubi, has been inconsistent. This project is expected to improve water supply in these communities and the Greater Banjul area at large when completed. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
A much-needed project there. Now, on Friday, motorists were able to use the new flyover at the Coastal Road intersection for the first time. This comes as the road is temporarily opened while traffic is diverted for a 3-day cleanup operation. Momto Lamin Choi has more.
A newly constructed road is covered in dust and litter, likely to have been dumped on the road and the drains alongside it by the public. The volume of waste on the road has necessitated this cleanup. This is the third time such an exercise is being conducted by the project's contractor. And while this is ongoing, traffic has been diverted and the flyover will be temporarily opened for the next 3 days. Ndene Nying is the Health, Safety and Social Management Officer for Areski, the project's contractor.
Yeah, because we are, we are engaged on cleaning at the roundabout. We are here at Coastal Road, the bridge number 1. Underneath the bridge, you go there, you see, there are a lot of littering, sand, plastic, whatsoever, a lot of things. Not only that also, but you look at the drainage on the end towards the market is totally blocked with waste and is full with water, stagnant water, which has so many different, diverse impacts.
We are now witnessing a historic moment in the development of the transport sector of the country. For the first time, Gambians can now experience and feel easy flow of traffic on a new road with a flyover. This is historic because it is for the first time that a flyover has been constructed and being used in the Gambia. The new road and flyovers are being constructed in preparation for the OIC summit, which is scheduled to be hosted in the Gambia next month. After this road is cleared of dust and litter, motorists will have a further way to allow the completion of the project.
We just open it for the cleanup exercise. Once the cleanup is done, we're going to close it again until further notice. Because we are, you can see that there are a lot of works on, going on. The project is still under construction, and you cannot open this part and leave that part.
At this busy intersection at Costa Road, some motorists share their experience of their historic experience of driving on a flyover in the Gambia for the first time. Modu Lamin Manga speaks to QTV after using the flyover.
I think it is really helpful. It has reduced the traffic pressure a lot. And the altitude also is really, really good. So I am really satisfied with it. Really perfect. Yeah, it has really helped a lot. And then it's going to reduce the traffic congestion.
This major highway stretches 22 kilometers from Airport Junction to Sting Corner. Construction of this road has ramped up in recent days, and when it is completed, traffic is expected to flow easily. Since the road was open to traffic, at least 9 people are reported to have lost their lives due to traffic accidents on this stretch of road. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The flyover must be exciting for motorists. Now moving on, the Ministry of Trade, in collaboration with the Foundation for Equal Justice in Society and other partners, on Thursday commenced a 2-day validation forum on the economic, social and cultural rights of domestic workers. Lole M. Kamara attended, and this is her report.
The forum brought together stakeholders from different ministries, agencies and organizations working for the rights of women and girls to validate the second phase of the strategic support for the realization of the economic, social and cultural rights of the domestic workers. Fatima Jalogay, the director of the Center for Research and Action on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, explains the project.
We are a center that is specialized specifically on advocacy, research, public litigation and general social mobilization around the issue of socio-economic and cultural rights. As the first French-speaking country that have established a center as such, we only will find 3 other centers of this kind across Africa, and we thought it was important to use our capacity and our specific status to be able to actually promote the right of domestic workers that are often voiceless.
Madam Jalogay further stated that the project has impacted more than 4,236 domestic workers from 9 countries in the sub-region. She also outlined some of the violations highlighted in the report.
Usually the amount of the remunerations as well, the wages are very limited. Actually, they don't really get much if they get it at all. And as well, the gender-based violence is very predominant in the sectors. Across the region, at least 90% of the domestic workers have declared that they have faced either verbal or physical abuses in their workplaces.
Buri Tunkara, the president of the Domestic Workers' Rights Protection Association, the Gambia, reveals some of the findings by her association within the Kanifi municipality.
And we have met 504 domestic workers in the KMC regions and also in the Banjul area regions. And we meet them to talk about their social status and also the problems that they have been going through. And as Madam Fatima just lamented, their conditions is still worrying and they are living in a very precarious manner. And most of the domestic workers lack social protections, and they are not included in many, let's say, legislations or regulations regulated by the government. But thank God now we are partially formalized.
Mariama Sen, representative from Tripartite Committee, Mamadou Lamin Susu from the Horticulture and General Workers Union, and Ibuba, a representative of the ILO project, respectively, all praised the initiatives for championing the cause of domestic workers. They also called on participants to critically look at the report and make informed decisions. As officials gather to validate the rights of the domestic workers 2022-2024, it is hoped that tangible recommendations will be made to strengthen the protection of the rights of all domestic workers in the sub-region, including the Gambia. For QTV News, Lole M. Kamara.
That story by Lole M. Kamara, that is all we have time for. But before we leave, let's recap our main headlines. A trial opened at the High Court in Banjul over the deaths in 2022 of 72 children from acute kidney injury linked to cough syrups made in India. National Assembly members passed the Commission of Inquiry Amendment Bill 2023, which gave the President power to grant amnesty to persons banned from holding public office. The National Youth Parliament has passed a resolution demanding government takes measures to curb irregular migration and improve employment opportunities in the country. A $22.5 million OIC water project for the Greater Banjul area was signed by the National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, and the OIC Gambia Secretariat. On Friday, motorists used the new flyover at the Coastal Road intersection for the first time after it was temporarily opened, while traffic is diverted for a 3-day cleanup operation. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Enjoy your weekend.